You've surely heard the old adage, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. And some folks ascribe to that belief. But not Betty Gaines Kennedy. She's a fixture of Wilcox County, where she's lived most of her life. And 7 decades into that life, she decided it was time to learn a new skill.
Watching somebody sew is one of the dullest things that you can do.
The word dull doesn't belong in the same sentence with the name Betty Gaines Kennedy. When
I tell you something that I do, most of the time I preface it with almost always and nearly never. So, and that's just about the way I quilt. I'm very traditional. I'm not way out. I have a little bit of a problem with modern quilts. After all, I'm 89 years old, you know. I mean, I can afford to be like that if I want to, I think.
Betty took up quilting just 19 years ago at age 70, while she was still running the ever-popular Gaines Ridge Dinner Club in Camden.
That's why I tell all these friends of mine that say I'm just too old, and I said, no, you don't say that for a minute. So that was when I have made all but 4 quilts here since 2005. I expect 175 to 200. I've given a lot of them away to my family, my friends, and I've even sold a few. I just couldn't stop. But I love quilting, and it's meant so much to me.
A lifelong sewer, it took a while for quilting techniques to catch up to Betty's sensibilities.
I'm not the most patient person you ever saw. I look for the quickest way to do anything, even now, as long as it doesn't affect the quality of the quilt. I just knew I didn't want to do that, and take a piece of cardboard and cut out little squares and cut out and cut. I'd go. No, that would not be good for me. But these new methods have been just wonderful for me.
New methods mean new tools too, like a self-healing mat, rotary cutter, and spatial ruler.
I cut most of my strips on the crosswise grain, but I do all of my borders on the straight grain. And I don't cut them, I tear them. Okay. And it upsets people when I do it in front of them. Because they're quilters and they always cut, they don't tear, but I tear.
No matter the method used or the pattern followed, there is a perennial truth to quilting.
One rule, measure twice, cut once. I'd hate to say how many times I have cut the wrong size. If the mistake can be made, I've made it. I can promise you that.
But she's also made scads of stunning quilts from her stash.
That's what we call the leftover fabric from other quilts or fabric you bought or something. And the saying that really sums it up for me is that my fabric stash far exceeds my life expectancy.
Rest assured, with Betty's mix of spunk and nimble skills, there's still plenty of time for that stash to become cozy, colorful quilts.
I've had a rather busy life, I guess you'd say, but I've enjoyed most of it. I can't complain.
Betty estimates that she makes around 10 quilts a year, and she does almost all of it on the sewing machine.
Throughout the years, donated quilts of hers have raised over $10,000 for charitable causes. Her quilts have also won 3 ribbons in the Alabama Farmers Federation's Women's Division Sewing Contest.
Now, we mentioned the Gaines Ridge Dinner Club, which Betty started alongside her sister. Her family still operates the restaurant, and the Black Bottom Pie is one of Alabama Tourism's 100 dishes to eat in Alabama before you die.
Speaking of delicious dishes, Stacy Little's up next, and he's taken the difficulty out of making cheese straws by turning them into cookies. If you're a fan of this simply Southern dish, you won't want to miss Stacy's revisions to the recipe.
What we eat, what we wear. It all starts somewhere. And if it's good, it usually starts with a farmer. And that somewhere is right here in Alabama. In a field, in a barn, on a tractor. Right now, there's a farmer starting something good for all of us. And it all starts right here in Alabama.
Support healthy food from local farmers by purchasing a Farming Feeds Alabama license plate. The tag funds education and promotion efforts, including Ag in the Classroom, agricultural scholarships, and youth programs. Get your Ag tag today.
For more Simply Southern, follow us on social media. And while you're online, visit our website, simplysouthern.tv.net. Simply Southern continues in a moment.
Buying from local farms has turned healthy eating into an adventure for the kids.
Beef tastes even better when you know the farmers who raise it. I love a good steak, and it's nice knowing that our local ranchers are helping our environment.
I do like a little honey in my tea. Keeping my money in the local economy by buying from Alabama farmers makes it taste even sweeter.
Bring the farm to your home. Discover what's growing near you at sweetgrownalabama.org.